perhaps you've already been considering coming to me, getting the free consultation, and then starting to work with me and start unblocking those inner blocks that you have, getting rid of the subconscious programming and all of that to ultimately heal yourself, get rid of that overwhelming stress and anxiety that's literally tearing you apart, and your inability to draw the boundaries, inability to get rid of the toxic relationships in your life and all of those other things, right? So perhaps you're ready. But I just want to tell you something, right? It's not just about getting rid of those blocking emotions and those programs and that stress that's inside of you, that anxiety. It's part of the work. But the other very significant, perhaps even more significant part of the whole work is you gotta have to make some decisions, maybe even very tough decisions. You're gonna have to change your life. There's no way on earth that you're gonna be able to maintain everything that you have, the exact same life, routines, habits, people that you hang out with, relationships and all of that, and be happy. Is just impossible, because your entire life is like a web of things that is interconnected, and a lot of those things are also keeping you stuck. It's not just your emotions, right? So in order for you to be able to get unstuck, you're gonna have to change something. Maybe even you're gonna have to change your location, move to a different place, different town, different city, get rid of some people in your life. Maybe you will realize while working with me that you have a really toxic relationship with your parents, probably. Maybe what you thought was a super loving relationship will ultimately turn out to be a very toxic one, and you will realize that your parents are still controlling you at a very old age, and that's having a knock-on effect, maybe even in your marriage and everything. All of these things. And it's going to be very tough. It's going to be tough finally standing up for the first time in your life, drawing that boundary and telling your parents, hey, no, this is it. This is where it's going to stop. You're not going to treat my wife like that, for example, or whatever the case may be, right? Or maybe you're going to have to exclude some people from your social circle. You're going to have to get rid of those friendships that always end up in a bar, at a glass of beer, and then a hurting head the following morning, and the vicious circle keeps going on and on the whole time, right? You're going to have to get rid of those relationships. You cannot maintain all of that and at the same time feel free of stress, free of anxiety, because now it's kind of paradoxical, right? But you may think that it's those relationships that allow you to calm down and give you some relief from the stressful life. But in reality, it is those relationships that keep you stuck. So when you really get rid of that stress and anxiety inside of you, you will realize that those relationships are now fully redundant. And if you keep maintaining them, they're going to drag you down, right? And it's going to be difficult. It ain't easy. It's going to be a lot of financial decisions, such as, changing your location, maybe your job. Maybe you will realize that staying in the same job where you're at the moment is intolerable. Maybe that's why your body is protesting against the current situation so much. It's almost shutting down, keeping you in a depressed state for prolonged periods of time, because it cannot bear with that situation of going to work that you absolutely hate. Maybe you will change your inner world, and then suddenly you will start seeing that a lot of those people that you thought were toxic in your job aren't really toxic, that it was all inside of you, and your job is actually going to feel so much more tolerable. It's possible, but it's also possible that the opposite decision will have to be made, and you're gonna have to change jobs. So this is all to say that changing your life and getting where you really want to go will be difficult. There's no doubt about it. It's not just inner work. It's about work in reality. Work in terms of changing the things that you do, your life situation, your job, your location, maybe relationships, and it's always difficult. But ultimately, you have two options. You can either stay stuck where you're at and live this miserable life till the end of your days, or you can start getting from point A to B, to your dream place. You're gonna have to have that goal in mind when you work with me, and I'm gonna take you by the hand and help you get there by cleaning up those emotional blockages, traumas, and help you understand what it is that you really have to do in your life to get there.